I was just about to actually type another Facebook post, but yeah, I just got the urge to just pick up my phone here and I'll just tune into what my inner higher guidance wants to share. So yeah, I had two wonderful women arrive this morning and they had booked soul guidance sessions. And as I've said to people before, I changed the word up from reading simply to change the energy, the intention, and just move things up a gear because, yes, my psychic abilities and my mediumship, you know, has been strong for years. But recently, and some of you might have seen by my posts, the information that I'm receiving and the insights, and yeah, it's really, really stepped up. This morning, during the two sessions, and they were, about an hour and a quarter at least each, they run longer than normal. But there was so much information that was coming through. And as always, I always say this, I remain vague a little because, well, a lot, because of people's privacy and, it's their readings and their lives. And yeah, I just use the word reading, but it is still reading their energy field and reading the bigger picture. I've said this so many times that even when I'm doing the sessions, how can I put this into sort of smaller amount of words? I sometimes feel like I'm stepping back in time and I could even pinpoint the year I'm in. I can see how people are dressed. I can see just, the picture maybe in black and white. I know it's like an older picture. I can pinpoint how old people were. And, one woman, again, I'm not saying too much, but her lovely mother connected in from the spirit side. And when I say that, we're all spirits, so it's not that there's a spirit side and a human side, because we are spirits in a human body. So the non-physical's probably a better way to describe it. So she connected in, and the sitter, who was the woman sitting opposite me, I'd never met before. I don't even know her last name. All I knew was her first name. And the information that her mum proceeded to give, she validated, that said, yep, that definitely is my mum. And there was a lot passed on that was very personal, very poignant, and also, talking about other family members, just things going on in people's lives. But there's always a deep healing aspect to it. As I've said before, I'm not about just the fluffy entertainment side. Well, I wouldn't say the entertainment side is particularly fluffy, but yeah, I don't mind anything that comes across as sort of superficial. I like when I feel that, the work I'm doing has a healing element with people. So if mediumship comes in and I'm bringing through messages that really, really resonate, and you can see people's face light up, and I always explain that information will be passed on in a way that my light team and their higher self and their own soul know that they're ready for. So the way it's worded, how it's, conveyed, I always put it across with the utmost respect for them and their loved ones that's no longer with us. So anyway, yes, there was two women in separate sittings. Both received strong communication with loved ones in the non-physical. But I also was shown a lot on a multi-dimensional level, and their soul's purpose, why they're here, any blocks that could be holding them back in life. And yeah, there was so much content in that time that I feel like I receive so much more than I can put into words. But I'm sure they would agree. I do my best to express it and explain it in a way that's down to earth. I had someone message me yesterday, or I messaged them actually, and they messaged back, and they said that, they read a lot of my Facebook posts. And again, this is someone who never presses a like or comment, and I respect that many people like to simply observe but not really get engaged, and that's okay if you're doing it with love and integrity. And she actually said, I read a lot of your Facebook posts, but a lot of it goes right over my head. And I just wanted to reassure people that when you come for any session with me, the language is always tailored to where you're at. And that is never a criticism for anybody. But I've been on this path, on this journey, on self, I don't really like the word spiritual anymore, but self-realization, awareness, awakening for over 20 years now. So yeah, there will be a level of terminology, language, insights, knowledge, wisdom that I've gained in that time. But my friends know that I can meet them, for a juice or coffee or whatever we're having. I can meet my mates and talk human and just talk in a simplistic way. So please don't be put off if you think that, it's going to be worded in all sort of metaphysical jargon and words that don't make sense. Because those that come to see me know I've got that down to earth style, sense of humour. If we've got to go deep with healing stuff and it's grief, trauma, pain, those that know me know my journey and what I've been through, so I can bring the tips, the tools, the expertise and experience to the table to help you. And it's always done in a way that's right for you at that time, and that will just be different for everybody, which is sounds obvious, but some of us will understand when I'm going on about the DNA and the galactic stuff, for example. Some people will totally know where I'm at. It's okay if you don't. I always say this, we all just need to be heard, to be hugged, to be listened to heal any traumas, wounds or pain from the past, to be given some hope and, blessings for a good future. So it's all about just being a good person. I keep saying that to so many people. It's just, we all want to just be happy and content and be the best person we can. And, it doesn't matter what language we speak or what religion we are or not, or beliefs. I mean, I'm sure everybody just wants to live in a peaceful world. And we just need to find a common ground to all find the path back to that, because that is the life that we're supposed to be living. It's not supposed to be about, division and anger and separation and who's right and who's wrong and who believes in this and who doesn't. We're all going to have individual perspectives and viewpoints because that's what we're here to do. We're all made from the same source, but we're all here to experience it in our own unique way. So, I'm not meant to experience it through your lens and vice versa. So yeah, it's been an amazing, amazing day. I feel actually a day, it's not finished yet, but the 2 sessions I did were powerful. Now, all the people I see are powerful. I don't always make time to share on Facebook. And as I've joked before, a hairdresser doesn't post every day to say she's about to cut hair. So I don't always say when I'm working with other people or whether it's energy work or some of the more deeper clearing work. You'll see this beautiful dragon energy here. These pictures I'm showing you are actually new ones I haven't put on the wall yet. I bought them when I was on my trip down the Dundee area with Gordon a couple of weeks ago. I love the energy. So yeah, the dragon's very much about purification and burning away old density. So they're very, very powerful energy, and I love the images on here. And of course the beautiful magical unicorns and the power of, some people see these creatures, should we say creatures, I almost heard I'm laughing there, it's a mythical, but they're not. We've had lifetimes and there's different dimensions and realities where there are many, many magical creatures inhabit these parallel realities. It's something that sometimes I feel like I could talk for hours, and it's how to condense it into a video that's not going to be too long. But just let's be fair to say that the messages that were coming through this morning from loved ones who left the physical here years ago were so profound, so relevant, so loving, so caring. And through every session I do, And I mentioned this to the lovely ladies this morning. And we were having a joke as well about when you reach a certain age, if you want to be called woman or lady, or because we're kind of too old to be girls, but we agreed we didn't like certain terminology. But again, yeah, you've got to have a bit of a laugh as well. But where was I going with this? Yeah, it feels like, because I say this week I've shared a bit on Facebook, I'm being shown a lot. And when I share about, sharing power, it's not from an egotistical place. I mean innate, spiritual, alchemical, soul level power that we all have. We all have this. I've just been blessed to spend years devoting my time, my energy to really tapping in to aspects of my soul, my source connection. And I always knew that I wasn't just, this little human here to kind of work long hours and be part of a slave race. I knew that there was much more. And more, I'm being shown more, I'm seeing more. I'm really lucky that I'm clear everything, which means, I'm clairvoyant, which means I can see other dimensions. I'm clairaudient, which means I hear them. So I hear people, shall we say, that's passed away, but they're talking to me. I'm claircognizant, sentient, which means I know, I feel. I can sometimes taste them. So, or say it was a food, it was a particular favourite, I will taste that in my mouth just for a moment, so I know it was a favourite. I can smell them. Every sense works. Now, it doesn't mean to say that I'm switched on 24/7 and I am walking about constantly picking up the spirit world. What I've realised is that, and again, this is something I'm being shown the picture about how to word it. There's such a thing as a timeline bleed. So sometimes I feel like I'm living this lifetime, but I can sense what I'm doing in other realities and other planes and other dimensions, living out other timelines and other existences that are not just the dawn that's playing out in this one. Now, again, some of you will get where I am at here. The last week or so, with what I'm being shown, I know there's really profound stuff coming through. I can't always get it out into words. Hence the reason I just felt guided to pick up my phone here rather than sit and type and type and type. I'll share what I can. I know thank you to those who totally get me. I felt for years when I'm given this information, I'm not sharing it to try and make me look good. I know sometimes some people will interpret it like that, and this is our human selves. We've all got that part that questions others and their motives, and get me stuck over my words there. But yeah, I've lost. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I've got two stories going on in my head at the same time. So what I was saying there was, I get shown things because I know it's meant to help humanity. It's not a service to self thing, it's a service to humanity. But often there's been a lot of information that I've been shown, and I was told at the time, most people are not ready for this yet. So it wasn't because I felt there was anything wrong or I wanted to literally alienate a certain fraction of society or people. I just knew that we all had soul contracts, that we would awaken to who we truly are at a certain time. Some of us chose to awaken earlier, like myself, and there's so many more than myself, and there's ones that came before me. The great mystics and psychics and seers and visionaries and healers, that we could see that there was a lot more than just this, what they call the 3D world, this human existence. So we're shown information that we're meant to bring to the masses, to the collective, to help them to awaken as well. And so when I share things, it's because I desperately want us to get to the place where we're all happy, we're all prosperous, we're all abundant, we're all, working together. There's not this competition, and we've all had to play through, as I say, a lot of karmic timelines, a lot of clearing. I was told years ago that I also took on the density of a lot of the children in the world that were being abused. So rather than them feeling the pain, I was putting it through my own body to sort of lessen and alleviate what they had to go through. So a lot of us have chosen really tough journeys for that reason. So it's not just been our stuff we've been clearing, it's been for others in the collective. Now, the time of this is coming to an end. A lot of us way showers and pioneers, we've been through the toughest part of the journey. I want to say, give me a heaven, yeah, because I feel it. I feel like I've done so much inner work to get to this point. And this morning I had a real sense of the power. And again, I keep saying, I say it with respect and love. And when I mean power, the intensity, the beauty, the love that was coming through the messages just opened up my heart so much more. And I expressed it to the two women. They were thanking me for the session. And I was saying, it's without them coming and without the participation of the all that is, this sort of co-creation wouldn't be happening. So yeah, I hope someone gets something out of everything I've just shared, and I'm sure you like these new pictures of mine. I just need to decide if I'm going to put them up on the wall through in the therapy room, or I've just got them sitting here just now on the monk's bench. This is my Wi-Fi code. I was letting them use the Wi-Fi. And again, gym equipment with all great intentions. But yeah, and again, I want to let you see my clock I've got, because this saying on it here, I think, is just so a nice thing to finish with. So have a great weekend, everybody. I hope your week's gone brilliant. And again, don't just live for the Friday, live for every day, love every day. Sending you so much love. And again, thank you to those who have kind of seen my light, my truth, and why I'm here, and those who know I'm doing it to help us all, because there's some days it can be pretty intense, but yet I know why I'm here, and I am here to help. As you know, we're in this together. That's all I'll say. There's some of us who chose to step forward to help others as we get through this together. Right, sending love. Love you all. Bye.